start to finish. I'm going to use Mirror Just yarn in the color Royal. There is 131 yards. It's a 4 medium weight. Recommended hook size of 5.5 is what I have here. You'll also need scissors, a stitch marker, and a darning needle. And I'm only going to show the beginnings of each rows. Let's get started. Alright, now we're going to do extended single 6 times in the loop. Extended single is basically go in the loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over again, and pull through 2. And 6. Alright, that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pull the tail. You'll have 2 loops here. The first loop that goes in is the one you're going to pull first. Okay, you see that one moved first? So, I'm just going to finagle it. Pull that one first. Then pull your tail. And there you have it. Row 1 completed. Row 2, I'm going to show you how to increase. And the way you do the increase is how you're going to increase for every row until you get it to the size that you want it to be. So let's inspect this stitch first so that you know what I'm talking about. Each stitch will have a top stitch and a post. So the top stitch is the 2 V's on top of it, and the post is right next to it, which is this one here. And then in row 3, I'll explain where you should be putting your hook to get the knit look of crochet with the extended single. So let's start with row 2. Row 2, you're going to do an extended single on top of that stitch, which is the 2 V's there. And the tail you're just going to carry it until it's no longer visible. So go into the V's of the stitch while carrying that tail. Turn over, pull up a loop through 1, and then I'll pull up a loop through 2. Now you're going to see a big gap, but don't worry about that because that'll go away. Now you're going to do a front post extended single on that post. So go through the front and the back, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and then just repeat that all the way around, and you should have 12 stitches at the end of row 2. And remember, just carry that tail all the way around. Should get the whole post. One more. And then go around that last post. Alright, I'm just going to pull the tail a little bit just to cinch it up. And I'm going to move the stitch marker up to this stitch. stitches, and you can count the stitches by, here's 1, here's your post is 2, and it kind of dips down, so you can see the burst starting already, which is 6 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you should have 6 little extended singles in between each one. So 12 stitches all together for row 2, which is basically going to be the repeat until it gets the size that you need it to be. And the single crochets are going to increase by 1 for every row that you do. So for row 3, each little section that you have, which was 6 posts, you'll have the number of stitches for the equal the row that you're on. So we're on row 3, so you should have 3 extended singles in that section, but it's going to be extended single in the extended, and then you're going to increase, which I'm going to try to pull this apart so you can see. For the extended single, you'll see there's a V on top and a V on the bottom, which kind of looks like a chain per se. Go into the stitch, and you're still carrying this tail until it disappears. Now it'll weave it in. So see how instead of going on top here, you went in the stitch itself. Yarn over, pull up 1, yarn over, pull up 2. Okay, so that's 1 extended in the previous extended. Now you're going to increase by going on top of the post stitch with an extended single, and then you're going to do an extended single around the post of the previous post. So now you have 3. 1, 2, 3. And keep going all the way until you get back to your stitch marker, which at the end of row 3, you will have 18 stitches. So remember, go into the bottom V of the extended and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, go on top because you're increasing, and then go around the post. And just repeat it. You may have to pull it apart. Now, in the event that you miss a stitch, you can either just back out and go back in, or just keep going. Doesn't matter. It's your hat, you do what you want with it. The only thing is that to make it considered a burst of kindness is you have to have the posts of the burst. Go into the stitch. Go on top and go around the post. And I just pull the tail just so it can get cinched in a little bit. Alright, so this stitch marker, you're not really going to move anymore because that'll tell you where you're starting and finishing. But at the end of row 3, you should have 18 stitches. Row 4, you're going to have 2 extended singles in the previous extended, and then you're going to increase one on top and one around the post. Section. One, three, and around the post is 4. At the end of row 4, you should have 24 stitches. Row 5, we are going to have 1, 2, 3 extended singles in the previous extended, and then you're going to increase by doing one on top and one around the post. At the end of row 5, you should have 30 stitches. the end of row 5, you should have 30 stitches. Okay, row 6, you are going to have 4 extended singles in the previous extended, and then an increase, which is 1 on top and 1 around the post. At the end of row 6, you should have 36 stitches. Increase 5, around the post is 6. So at the end of row 6, you'll have 36 stitches. Okay, moving on to row 7. Row 7, you're going to have 5 extended singles in the previous extended, and then you're going to do an increase, which is 1 on top and 1 around the post. At the end of row 7, you should have 42 stitches. 42 stitches at the end of round 7. Alright, so we are on row 8, or round 8. You're going to have 6 extended singles in the previous extended, then a increase, which is one on top and one around the post. At the end of row 8, have 48 stitches. Extended, increase, which is 7 extended, and the front post is 8 extended. Okay. At the end of row 8, you should have 48 stitches. Row 9, you're going to have 7 extended single crochets in the previous extended, and then an increase, which is one on top and one around the post. You will have 54 stitches. Last section of row 9, we have 1 extended, 2 extended, get in there, 3 extended, 4 extended, 5 extended, 6 extended, 7 extended, increase 8 extended, around the post is 9 extended. So there you go, you have row 9 completed. So at the end of row 9, you should have 54 stitches. 8 extended singles in the previous extended, and then an increase, which is 1 on top and 1 around the post. At the end of row 10, you should have 60 stitches. Extended singles in the previous extended. Then you're going to increase. Row 10. You have 60 stitches.